Welcome to Stormhaven, our Sunday D&D campaign, our pirate campaign, to be exact. DM Anthony is going to take it away. We have opened up our Discord to several people. I'm actually going to, if I can remember, there we go. You can follow our social link, wlo.link/@LaughOutLore. That gives you our Discord, our Facebook, and our Twitch URL. If you're watching this, you're already one step ahead. If you're not watching this and you're listening to the podcast, you can go anytime to facebook.com/LaughOutLore or twitch.tv/LaughOutLore to give us a follow, a like, subscribe if you'd like. Catch us every Sunday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern for our D&D campaigns. Also coming up on Fridays, tentatively, will be our new program called Passed Down Stories, where it's a game of telephone. Each of us someone starts off a story. Curtis is actually first to tell a story. He records it, sends it to the next person. They watch it one time. Then they record themselves, sends it to the next person, and it continues on. Then on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern is the tentative time currently. We'll go live with it, and all of us will get to watch it for the first time live and get our reactions on how bad we fuck up the story. So, if you're interested in that, it is not D&D related necessarily. Some of us may have D&D stories. Some of us may just have other stories. Since it is up to the first person to create their story, it is always going to be a surprise as to what, A, the beginning story is, and B, what it comes out to be. So, be careful. I guess not be careful. Just be aware that we are not a kid-friendly show on any of our programs. So, keep that in mind. With that, I think that's all my announcements, so take it away.
Anthony, you might be muted, bud.
Definitely was. What would I do without you guys?
Thought you were just taking a minute to collect yourself.
Last week, I believe we left off heading back to home base. You just encountered the bandits from the holler, Cletus and Daryl, and obtained a Mercury 200, the fancy patina paint.
That's right. First, so that this thing doesn't get any more kind of damage, can I take one of the sails that we collected from the ship that we raided? I'd like to wrap it over the top, so as we're towing it behind us, it's not, taking any kind of wake or anything like that.
Yeah, roll a performance to see how well you can get it covered up, and I'm assuming you guys would want to lash it to the back of the boat at some point, so it's kind of safe with you and you ease into shore and whatnot.
That's a 14 with 1 for 15.
I'd say you get it covered fairly well. It should keep the water out. You've got it tied off to the boat and
Cool.
Front and back lashed, so it's ready to go if you guys need it.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought, is just kind of roping around the outside, so if we do need to hop into it real quick, you can just jump on, roll the tarp back, and take off.
All right. Did you guys clean up your boat last time, or are there still dead bodies everywhere?
I thought all the dead bodies fell into the water.
The only one that was actually dead on our ship was the big bear looking guy. The one brother. The rest of them I'm pretty sure we chopped up and they fell off the sides. They got fed to the sharks.
Okay. Then I'm gonna just have you guys go ahead and roll perception.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Oh, I am not ready. This
Your
day
D20 for broth.
flew by.
Roth with a dirty 20.
Perception, that is
Ooh.
7.
Melkor natural 20 plus 2, 22.
This is why Melkor usually does the spotting up top.
I guess so.
You see like a mid-sized dinghy just kind of floating out in the water.
I'm gonna look over at Monteith and be like, Monteith, put it away.
No, what'd you say I saw?
Kind of boat the size of a dinghy, like a smaller fishing boat, be something you were more used to.
I definitely pointed out. Does it look like
Okay.
there's anybody on board?
With your nat 20, no, it doesn't.
I'm gonna look around the boat, see if it's anchored. But since it is small, I'm assuming I would see an anchor line off somewhere of the boat.
You do not see one. It looks like it's just floating.
Indeed.
You're not sure if you see anybody on board. I picture this is me and you kind of yelling back and forth here.
Yeah. There's no one on board. Anchor is not set. It looks like it's just free floating.
No. Might be a group of divers.
Can I jump on it?
How far is it?
Sure. 55 yards away. About 100.
Oh shit. So like 160 feet. Ooh, that's far.
Can we sail towards it?
You guys do whatever you want. I don't care.
At the moment, I'm yelling as to the captain at this because I'm pretty sure they're yelling. I can hear them.
Which captain?
You're both freaking captains for all I give a shit right now.
I guess we're both within earshot, so.
So you're pretty much yelling back and forth, and I'm just like, let's get near it and see what's on it.
I am going to shift into a female form. Basically, I'm going to look like myself, but in female form. So I just basically grow boobs and lose the dick.
Are you keeping the beard?
No, the beard is gone.
All right.
I will say basically, I want to look.
He moves the beard down below.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I call her Chewy. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of stand behind the railing, out towards the boat, and just whistle, just like a signal whistle. It's like kind of thing, and see if there's any response anywhere. I have a feeling this is gonna be an ambush, and I want to look
How
innocent.
far away did you say we are?
I think
you
it's a-
were about 150 feet. Did you guys start
We
sailing
didn't stop,
towards-
so we're still. If we were heading towards it before, then we're still heading towards it.
All right, I'd say you guys probably go 30 feet every 5 seconds. So it'd probably take you
not long.
20, 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I'd
get
like
over
to
there
just
and-
get close enough that we can kind of look down and investigate this. I don't necessarily want to go board their boat.
I do.
Now,
Yeah, I'd
I mean,
say you guys have made it over there, and go ahead and roll your investigation.
while that's happening, can someone check Twitch to make sure our sound is going through?
Yeah, hold on a second.
The only reason I don't is because it's just going to echo straight back through.
Good.
Okay, cool.
Investigation's a 13 flat. Just kind of looking over the rail here down at it.
It looks really rough. Like there's water damage to the boards. It doesn't look like it's been manned for a while, and there are 4 chests on the deck of the dinghy.
I want to jump on the deck.
I am going to keep watch on the ship, keeping an eye out surrounding it. Basically watching the waters for any air bubbles or any ripples that may show there's someone down there.
Okay. Roll perception.
17 plus 2, 19. I'm rolling good tonight.
It doesn't look like anyone's been around this boat for a while. You think it's just been kind of free floating.
Okay. I'm going to be like, be careful, Your Majesty.
I'm gonna look up and just be like, "Don't."
I
It's
curtsy.
broth. I flip them off.
As he yells that,
I'm a
Froll's like-
woman right now.
Froll's
I'm
like,
still
"Yes,
looking
my
at him
lord.
and going, "Fuck you."
Yes, my lord.
I look over at the captain because I'm pretty sure I heard him say that. Can I roll a perception for that?
Yeah, you can.
15?
Yeah, you heard him say that.
You're like, "Fuck you too."
Froll's like, fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you.
No, fuck you.
I'm going to cast
No, fuck you.
I'm going to cast message, point towards chicken broth and be like, "Don't worry, Your Majesty. I'll keep your secret." Only you can hear it.
Do I get a reply to this?
You
message?
do. Up to 25 words.
I hate you sometimes, Melkor.
I'm going to send it again. It's Melkorina right now.
Fine, Melkorina.
Hey,
Is that like-
Melkorina.
A milk arena of time.
I still want to do my front flip onto the ship.
Okay, roll acrobatics or performance, whichever one you want.
Ooh, I'll take acrobatics. That is 22.
Yeah, describe your front flip. It's
Run
majestic
over.
as fuck.
Just hop 1 foot off the thing, flip with both arms out, land, look up at the ship, and just go, "Fucking nailed it."
I'm going to hold up 10 fingers and put down 2.
I'll take it.
Froll's gonna hold up 10 fingers and put down 8.
Join me, Froll.
For those that can't see our cameras, he left up the most important 2 fingers he has.
So I'm gonna yell down to Broth. Let's say, Broth, what do you see down there?
Can I throw an
You already
investigation?
rolled your
Yeah.
investigation, didn't you, Roll? You saw the 4 chests.
Yeah, I did. I'm wondering, him being closer, if he can see any more detail, if they all look the same, if there's any.
Can I investigate the 4 chests?
Yes, you can. Which one would you like to investigate?
All 4 of them?
Which one are you investigating first?
I'll start from. I'm assuming they're lined up in like a row in front from left to like right.
There's 2 on the port side and 2 on the starboard side.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let's check the 2 on the port first. So that's
Okay.
a 18 for
Froll's
investigation.
like, you always go to the left.
Front one or the back one? If you're
Back
turning and looking
one.
at it. Okay. I hate you right now. Go ahead and investigate that one.
Oh, no.
Well, after this one, we leave.
You're gonna really hate me after this. That's a 16 plus 4 for dirty 20.
Yeah, you open up the lid and you see 3 swords and a bow, 75 gold, and 4 health potions.
3 swords, 75 gold, and 3 health potions.
I'm going to use my telescope
And a bow.
and look down and
And a
see
bow.
if he's going to miss anything in the chest. I'm still staying on board our ship, though.
Okay, roll perception.
What I'm secretly doing, and no one knows, is I'm checking out his ass. Oh, damn. I am so distracted by his ass right now. That's a 7.
Yeah, you
There's
start
chests on
blushing
this
and
boat?
giggle, and
I'm like, ooh.
as Sproul says that, you look up at Broth's chest.
The only chest I see is broths.
I'm like, hey, I like that chest better. I'm just gonna wink at him.
Can I throw an investigation at the swords and bow to see if they they're I don't know. Magical, I guess, or would that be an arcana for that?
Would be an arcana.
Can I throw one of those?
Yeah, go ahead.
13?
They kind of seem like they'd be magic.
I'm
Pearl's
pretty sure I
gonna
got some
tell-
rope on me, so I'm gonna wrap the
Pearl's
three
gonna
swords
yell to
up.
Broth and tell him to put the stuff in the chest, and we'll just bring the whole chest up.
I'm keeping the three swords. I'll
That
wrap
way
them
if
up
we-
and stick them on my side. I'm
That
keeping
way,
them.
if we do take the stuff out or whatever, we've also got an extra chest.
Yeah, but I'm keeping the three swords the way it is. So
It's up to you if you want to go investigate the other three, but
I say grab him.
I'd say with our
no,
luck,
I want to investigate them on there and not bring them on our ship. That said, if something bad happened, could sink it.
I'd say with
Grab
our
'em.
luck, 1 out of 4 ain't bad.
I'm gonna check the one in front of it.
Okay, on
fucking
that,
do that.
roll initiative.
Fucking mimics.
Nope. I'm pulling up anchor. I'm out.
7.
No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna stay here. Fucker.
I could see you doing that though.
Broth, you got
Holy-
a 7?
Yep.
I'm gonna leave you the Mercury 200 and take off.
It means whatever loot I find is mine.
If you
Melkor.
live, come find us.
Melkor, 9 plus 3 is 12.
Roll.
I really hate you guys. 2 plus. I can't scroll up here. 2, right? 4.
Damn.
I think my initiative's 2. Keyboard decided to die. No, 3, 5. There we go. That's better.
Go ahead and roll one for Monty. That's gonna be a 9.
Told you, just fucking leave it alone.
No, I want it.
Eee.
I want it.
On that, let me see what this fucker can do. Since you grabbed the lid of it to open it, he is going to adhere to you, and you need to. I'm guessing that'd be a strength save. Have to beat 13.
On his turn.
Oh, on my turn. Okay.
Yeah. Right now, you are stuck to it. You have to use an action to see if you can save. I believe. Or is it's a regular mimic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Stab the motherfucker.
Oh, so I'm gonna back up. I didn't read that. He is going to use his pseudopod as an attack that will make you suffer the adhere effects if it goes through. Guessing that a 9 does not hit.
Nope.
So that one misses. Sorry about that, guys. Melkor, you're up next.
Is it still in chest form?
That one's, I would say, mouth is open now.
Okay.
But with lid, it's like.
So I would definitely know something.
broth.
Something's wrong with it.
Yeah, you definitely heard Broth scream like a girl, and
Do we have any cannonballs on the deck, or are they all underneath?
They're all underneath.
Okay.
They're in my room. Don't touch them.
I'm on the top. I was checking for a spell, but that won't work. I'm going to cast catapult, not catapult.
That sounds fucking cool.
Right? Can
Catapult.
we hear what that does, please?
Yeah, I get to choose one object weighing between 1 and 5 pounds within range that is not being worn or carried. The object flies straight in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose before falling to the ground, stopping early if it impacts with a solid surface. If the object would strike a creature, that creature must make a dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes each take 3d8 bludgeoning damage. So I'm going to pick up I'm guessing there's probably a barrel on the ship. Preferably one that's empty so it matches that 1 to 5 pound range. Or at least something on the ship's deck that's between 1 and 5 pounds.
I'd say there's like
an empty wooden crate. Like
that works.
Yeah, like a wooden bucket or a wooden crate.
So I'm going to aim it at the mimic. Let's see if I can hit it. Oh, wait, no. I don't have to roll. You have to roll. Dexterity saving throw. 12.
He passes.
Damn. All right, then nothing happens. It actually misses him.
Roll's like, fuck, how are we going to mop the deck?
That's my action. Bonus action, I'm going to give... I'm going to give his honor Bardic Inspiration. So I'm like, Your Honor, take this! And, like, I don't actually do anything. I just, like, he just feels a tingle. It says Peter Tingle. And he gets 1d6 on any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Ooh.
Right? Is that the end of your turn?
That is my turn.
On that note, from behind, does a 24 hit, Broth?
Nah.
Okay.
Just whizzes right by. Oh, this doesn't sound good.
That is 10 bludgeoning damage, and you are now adhered to it, so you are grappled. Now he's Superman. Okay. On that, Broth, it's now your turn. If you can do a strength save of 13, you can be ungrappled.
$19 plus 2 for 21.
You break the adhesive trait. I think that would be your action.
Yep.
You would be able to bonus action to move away or whatever.
Could I drink a health potion for a bonus action?
I think so. I don't see why not.
Yeah, you should be
Okay.
able to.
Wait a minute. I know we just got the ones. I'm just trying to see if I have any in my inventory to roll off of them. Nope. Does someone know what a health potion is real quick?
The smallest one is 2d4 plus 4, or 2d4 plus 2.
2d2. 2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
Okay. So that's 5 plus 2 for 7. I'll take that. And that'll be my action as I'm using one of those health potions that I just found
Bonus action.
for a bonus action. Excuse me.
All right. That note, it is the next mimic's turn, and it's going to attack Broth. Does a 17 hit?
Wait, there's 2 mimics?
There was 4 chests on the boat. You got
But
lucky and guessed the magic loot chests right away, and you should have just listened to your captain and left.
Oh,
But
that's probably because it's his fucking birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you guys very much for
why
that.
I hated you.
You got a present, and next week you
Don't
get
do
a new
puzzles like
character.
that. You know I'm good at that. You know I'm good at puzzles
That was
like
a
those.
lucky guess.
Mhm.
That is true. Because I was
This
thinking
is
the
the
first
gift
one.
that
and
keeps
then I was
on
like,
giving.
fuck
Now you get the gift of writing a new backstory this week.
So that'll be 7 more damage, and you are grappled.
God damn. Okay.
And on that note, it is now Froll's turn.
Captain, get me out of this thing.
So he's like sucked down by 2 of these things, right?
He got hit by one and then got out of it, and then as he was like turning to do whatever, he got hit by another one behind him and is now stuck to that one. Like its tongue is wrapped around his head and teeth are poking him in the eyeball and stuff.
I love it.
You said this was a
Yes.
smaller ship.
Yeah, like small commercial fishing vessel sized.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use my movement to get down there to the armory. I'd like to shoot a cannon at this ship.
I think it's too close.
Oh,
I'd say you could, but you'd have to roll and try with disadvantage.
let me.
I don't. Can the cannons point almost directly down though?
Almost. They can
Pretty
get like.
close, but not straight down.
Okay.
I think they can get
Let
about like.
me. Do I have enough movement to move down to the armory and grab a cannonball and still make it back up here above deck?
I would think you could get to the cannonballs and then back up the stairs, and you'd be out of movement. Probably be 15 feet down there, 15 feet up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just enough to get back to the railing. If that'll work.
Okay.
Just so for clarity's sake, really quick, how far is the boat from us right now? Because I don't think we dropped anchor.
You didn't. You guys would.
Oh, that's true. So we're still.
We're still cruising.
You guys are like
Except
waving
for-
goodbye to Broth.
Yeah.
He's
Well, in that
stuck with
case,
these
can I
mimics.
use a bonus action to drop anchor, which will kind of start spinning us around here, and movement to get to a cannon, and an action to fire it?
Go ahead.
Let's do that. What was our sheet on a cannon? What are we rolling on that?
It's +6 to attack and 1d10 +6.
So
Let me
that
make sure
is
to
a
write that down.
12
Cheese.
plus 6,
Rice Krispie
18 to
treat.
hit.
Yeah, I'd say that definitely hits the dinghy.
And you said,
where are you aiming at? Are you aiming up toward the railing or under the water?
I'm aiming low. I'm trying to hit it like right where it meets the water.
Oh, like
Say
right on
with
the
that.
hull?
Being that
roll
small,
it.
I'm just trying to cut the fucking thing in half.
I'd say it definitely hits, and the dinghy starts taking on water.
Okay.
Broth can feel
And-
it starting to sink.
Ooh, that's a plus for me. Mimics can't breathe underwater.
They don't.
That's
They
gonna
may
be
not
it
breathe.
for me.
All right, then now we'll be back to the first mimic. It is gonna try and tongue Broth.
Tongue 'em.
23 hit.
Tongue 'em real good.
That's 5 damage, and you are now grappled by 2 mimics.
Jesus.
Froll's yelling down. I'm like, Roth, how do you get this under? How do you get in this situation every week here, bud?
Fuck off, Captain, and help me!
Melkor, now it's your turn.
Mm. So, how many mimics are being shown? They're like, how many can I see that are actually mimics?
You can now see all 3 of them. They've
All three,
all
okay.
opened their mouth and tried to tongue Broth.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Okay, what does that do?
20 feet, sphere up to 60 feet away. Basically, it stops them from attacking. They have to make charisma saving throws. Which,
Okay, and what do they have to beat?
15.
Is a 6, a 3, and an 18.
All right, so 2 of them fail. On a failed
Say
save,
the two that have him grappled are just kind of suddenly calm.
so there's one of two things I can do. I can suppress any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened. When the spell ends, suppressed effect resumes, provided the duration has not expired, which I don't want to do. So what I'll do is basically I make them indifferent about what they're hostile towards. However, also, Broth is affected as well. So Broth, I need a save or a charisma save from you too.
I gotta beat
Like,
15.
Okay,
All of
this
a
is
sudden,
how I
Broad's
die.
just like, this is fine.
17.
You save. All right, cool. Now, actually, you guys wouldn't know this. So yeah, right now the two of them just stopped doing what they're doing. That's my action. Bonus action, I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Captain Froll. And by Captain, take this! Again, I just throw air, and you just feel a little Peter tingle.
Yeah. I'm going to reach up like I'm trying to catch it, but there's nothing there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Oh boy, that tickles.
Oh, boy. I'm a real boy. All right.
So how would a mimic's attack work if it is indifferent? Is it just going to be like, meh, I don't care anymore? Or
As long as none of their friends are being attacked actively, they don't care what happens.
This mimic on his turn, he's just going to kind of suck his tongue back in and reassume the shape of a chest.
Yeah, so I'm going to read it to you. You guys don't know this. This indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed.
Okay, well, nobody's being hurt right now. No one's attacking. So, yeah, he's just going to reassume the chest shape and go about his business as this boat is steadily sinking. On that note, Broth, it is your turn.
I want to jump the fuck off this thing.
All right. Go ahead.
Fuck this
Guessing you're
shit. I'm
swimming
out.
back to the...
Yep.
Fuck this ship. I'm out.
Yeah. Very well
Good
done.
one. But yeah, I'm out of here. What do you want me to roll for that?
Are you doing a flip or are you just diving in and swimming away? Because fuck this ship. I'm out.
I'm pretty sure that Roll's watching, so I am gonna jump and like dive off and like front flip in and then
roll
pop
your-
up.
Acrobatic.
Nat 20 plus 4.
Damn.
You flip 4 times.
And just scream, fucking nailed it!
I hold up 8 fingers again. That's 7.
I'll take it!
That's 8.
8.
Melkor's concentrating to make sure these mimics are staying calm, so he's just like, 8, buddy, 8. Holding up 7 fingers.
And I just start dive underwater. I'm gonna be underwater for this and hurry up and swim back to the boat because I'm pretty sure I know where it's at.
All right, I guess that would end the encounter then.
Yeah.
Didn't
I'm
one
just gonna
mimic-
let these things sink?
Wasn't one mimic still okay?
Yeah, but he already had his turn. He went right before you. The next 2 would have been the 2 that were calmed.
And their chests and the boat's sinking.
Yeah, and their speed's only 15. So yeah.
I don't know how they would work in water as a chest. They would
I mean,
maybe
they
float.
could-
I don't know.
No, because they're not. So basically, a mimic isn't like made of wood when it's a chest. It's still very much like a full form. So they would have to come out of their form and try swimming. But they only have 15 feet regardless. So you have to have that. So they could only swim like 8 feet per round.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just going to call this encounter over because they're not going to catch Broth with his swim speed, and there's now some random mimic floating in the water.
I'm gonna hurry up and get back to the boat and like climb up it and just be like, Good night, everyone. And I'm gonna go down and go to sleep because I am fucked up.
As he passes by me, because I'm assuming he's gonna walk by, because I'm still at the railing. I'm gonna smack his ass and heal him with cure wounds. And so D8 plus 5.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look at him and be like, "Broth, we just took a break and ate
Ooh,
breakfast,
nice.
bud."
13 points of healing to you, good sir.
Wait, did I not do a short rest, or did we have a fight?
We just had a fight.
You just kind of got fucked up by
Well.
those mimics. So, I mean, like, what was it? 20 points of damage is a lot more than 7 healing points.
Yeah.
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 Broth,
So
I don't know
yeah.
if you're here or not, bud, but we just had an encounter.
Yeah, Captain.
He got his
Yeah,
ass
I
kicked.
got
He may not
I
remember.
got these fancy swords and this bow.
You have a scimitar, a short sword, a rapier, and a bow.
I look over and I'm like, I can identify those for you.
Really?
I can tell you if they're
Yeah.
magic and what they do.
I pass them over to Melkor.
How does that work? Do you have to roll, or do you just like hoobly boobly? You automatically know.
I have to spend 10 minutes with each one, basically like a meditative state to learn what they do and what they're called and what everything. That also does tell me, or does not? It does not tell me curses, I believe. So keep that in mind. But
Okay.
I definitely know like the magical essence, like what kind of damage they do, any kind of perks there are. But it takes me 10 minutes per item.
He
Okay,
just
which
sits
one do you
down
want to
and
start
talks
with?
to him, and
I'm going to start with the scimitar.
All right. Sit there talking to it, kind of caressing it and petting it, whispering with it, and a few minutes later you say, "Oh, this is a scimitar of sharpness." It's listed as a sword of sharpness.
I'm going to swing it around a little bit, see how it feels in my hand, and then hand it over.
Okay.
I'm going to try the bow next.
Same thing. About 10 minutes later, you realize that this is called an oath bow.
I hand that over to them. And what was the other two? Or the
A
other one?
rapier and a short sword.
I'll do the short sword next.
Same ordeal. You chit chat with it for a little bit and tell Broth that this is called the 9 Lives Stealer short sword.
This one's cool. And then I guess I'll end with the rapier.
This is a dancing rapier. It's a
Uh,
dancing sword, but can be any kind of sword. So
I ask if I can keep the rapier.
Yes. You can have it since you told me what the items were. And actually I want to go look up this sword here now and see what it is.
Yes.
which one?
The shorts, the 9 Lives Stealer.
Okay. Froll, did you want one of these? Guess
Yeah, because
you
I'll
take
give you the sword
scimitar.
of, do you want the
I was
sword
actually
of
going to
sharpness?
ask him if he would trade me bows. Being an elf, I've got a short bow, and I've been looking for a long bow.
I hand him the bow.
And I can
It's like,
throw.
here.
I can throw some gold in with it too.
Nope, just here. Here you go.
And then that would leave Monteith with the sword of sharpness when he
Okay,
gets
so
to
this is it spelled out in 9 Lives?
Yep.
9
And I need
Lives short
Stealer.
sword add.
You will all have to attune to these items, so you won't be able to use them.
Yeah.
At least
Right
until
away.
tomorrow.
Until a long
Okay.
rest. So I'm just gonna put it away. Like I'm gonna hang it on my hip. So if I need to use it, I can. But obviously, I can't use it as intended, just as a regular sword. And put away my regular rapier.
I'm
And I would
kind of
say-
imagining you guys have a barrel full of all the extra weapons
Yeah.
and shit you take off other people just sitting somewhere on the ship.
Yeah,
I would
we
expect
keep-
like down below in just a random barrel. We've just been putting like the guns and the swords and bows
in the armory where the cannons are. I'm gonna say the reason I wanted this bow, when I grabbed it to look at it, I knocked an arrow back into it, and I heard it whisper in Elvish, "Swift defeat to my enemies." And being Elvish, that's the one that kind of stuck out.
Well, good sir, it is yours now. Here you go.
Look at it, I'm gonna say this'll get you off of deck duty for a week.
Woohoo!
Now get downstairs and clean up all your shit in the armory.
Just pop up. What the fuck? Now it's not here. What the fuck? Trying to add this for Monteith and it's not popping up.
What is it? I can write it down and
The sword of sharpness.
Oh, I
I'll
think
write
it.
it down. And when
Is
we
it a
take
scimitar
break,
of
we can get
sharpness?
it.
Yeah, that's what I did. It won't just classify sword,
Yeah.
so I have it added for him now.
Okay. Gotcha. I'll scribble that out.
All right. Go ahead.
I raise up the anchor. Since I know that I
I
saw that
help.
he dropped it, and
Yep.
continue on our merry way.
I'm gonna steer back in the direction that we were heading.
Back
And
toward your home base.
I'm gonna yell up to Monteith. He typically watches the harpoons, but I'm gonna tell him to go ahead and drop the mast to full mast, so we can try and double time this here and hopefully get back before the end of the night to our home base.
Okay. So many stories. There we go. Ta-da. So is Melkor, are you back up in the poop deck and rolls at the wheel and Monteith, harpoons, broth? I don't know what you're doing.
I'm down in my armory room, but I'm kind of napping at the moment.
Okay. Melkor, roll perception.
All right. Is it still daytime?
Yes, I'd say it's getting close to lunchtime, but
All right. Am I using my telescope?
are you?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm gonna guide myself, which adds a D4.
That one to Jackson.
17 plus 2, 19.
You see very feminine ship sailing off on the horizon with never really seen one before. It's kind of rare, but it has a red lantern.
A red lantern?
Yes. The light coming from the lantern is red.
If it was green, I'd be really scared. But red, I'm gonna like, hey, Captain Froll. Off in the distance. Get out your binoculars.
Bro, I see him looking through his spyglass, and I'm like, man, that must work better only using it on one eye. So I'm gonna take both hands and cup them and put them on one eye. And I'm not even looking through that eye. I've got that one closed. I'm looking through the other.
They roll perception with disadvantage.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast guidance. Add a D4.
Is that guidance?
Mm-hmm.
I lost my die. You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration on that guy. Get another roll here. That's a 13 plus 4 for 17 plus investigation. Nothing. 17.
Yeah, you see the red light and the very feminine boat.
I'm gonna yell up to Melkor. Say, Melkor, down here. We're boarding.
How far away is it?
I'd say it's probably half a mile away, kind of on the horizon, but you can, with your spyglass, you could see it.
I'm
now
going
that you
to
pointed it out.
point up in the air and cast Firebolt and just shoot a firebolt up in the air about 120 feet. Obviously, it's not straight up because otherwise it'll hit our boat. But I know it won't hit theirs, so I'm treating it as a flare.
Okay. Let me see if they see it. Oh, yeah, when you shoot this firebolt up in the air as a flare, you look through your spyglass again and see this ship turning towards you guys and headed your way.
I'm going to be like, guys, we may be able to trade with these guys.
Yep.
Red.
That's what we're gonna do.
Red never means dead. I learned that a long time ago. Red is always nice. So we should be good.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell Melkor here.
It's
Why don't you
Melkorina.
shift into Crandy? Why don't you shift into Crandy before we get up here to this ship?
I am still in my female form.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna sail up to that guy. I'm gonna yell to Broth. Say, Broth, above deck.
Roth? Are you going up deck?
Yeah,
If you were taking a nap, you may want to.
yeah. That's what I was gonna ask. Do I need to throw a perception to see if I hear that?
Oh,
Yeah,
Because I was
forgot
taking
you
a
were
nap.
Taking a nap.
got you arrested. Don't miss out on all the fun.
So that's a 15 plus 5 for a dirty 20.
Yeah, I'd say you didn't even make it to falling asleep, and you hear Troll say, above deck.
I start booking it above Jack, sword pulled out, like, what are we doing? Who we looting?
Look down at him. I'm gonna say, Bud, and I'm gonna point out towards the light. I'm gonna say, welcome to the red light district of the ocean.
I'm gonna slowly sheathe my sword. The 9 life stealer, I'm gonna put it back. I'm just gonna be like, ah. Alrighty then.
Go run to the washroom and clean up.
Same with you, Captain.
I'm gonna send you on board with Melkor. Try and make some trade deals and see what you can get your silver's worth.
Silver's worth. I got gold, Captain.
Well, we do have to leave at some point tonight.
No, we don't. I'm be like, and Captain, you're coming with. I'm paying for the night. I'm paying. This is on me tonight, Captain.
I'm gonna keep sailing so we can keep course. I'm gonna give you guys.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and listen. We're gonna drop anchor. We're gonna drop anchor and we're gonna enjoy ourselves for a few hours. Fuck this, okay? The week's been stressful. Fuck you. Fuck yourself. Fuck whatever plan you had. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna enjoy ourselves for a little while, okay?
I cast Calm Emotions on His Highness, so he calms the fuck down.
I'm gonna say, listen.
Wait, don't I have to roll for that or something?
Yeah, charisma save of 15.
Okay, hold on. Damn it! Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, damn it. All right, I'm calm. I'm like, Captain.
I'm calm.
I'll pay for it. Let's just enjoy ourselves for a few hours.
All right.
Go read. Love you.
Trying to get back to base camp tonight, but
I know, Captain. I know that we're trying to get back there. But how often does a red light come by?
By the way, calm emotions only last for a minute.
He starts freaking out again.
We're
Get
fucking
back!
staying. We're
Get back!
staying. I'm telling you.
Malcor, do it again.
Okay, at this point, you
I'm
see
out of
this
spots.
feminine boat pull up next to you guys. It's pretty fast for the size it is. A little smaller than your brigantine, probably sloop size.
I'm gonna start
And,
waving. Like, hey, girls.
On the deck, there's a she's a little chunkier. She's an orcish lady, has some like bright red blush on her cheeks, and she says, "Hey y'all, my name's Peggy. These are my pirate hookers. How can I help y'all?"
Pearl's like, all right. Say my buddy Broth here's got 5 gold pieces.
No, I got more than that. But that's not the point.
Says we need to hang out for a couple hours.
Well, what are you into? I got
Depends what you got.
elves. I got all kinds of ladies. Anything you desire.
I'm a yell for Malurim, tell him to come up here above deck, and I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna say, ma'am, it ain't what we're into. It's what y'all are willing to do. And I'm gonna say popcorn shrimp. So he starts blowing shrimp out of his leg.
At the same time, Grim is now shooting popcorn shrimp into the motor container of the Skimmercury.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna peep up, and again, I'm in my female form, Melkorina, and I'm like, "Hey, ladies, do you need anything fixed? I can help fix up your boat pretty quick."
Hey, no, honey, we're good. We're just here to please.
Okay.
Ain't had many customers lately. We've been a little bored.
Well, there's like 3 mimics back there, about I don't know, half a mile. Be wary of them. If you see a boat, like a little shipwreck with floating chests, do not pick them up.
We only pick up pirates like y'all. Sometimes they're a little meaner, but we don't like them mean ones, especially that Captain Storm. Dang,
Oh yeah, he's a dick.
My mood immediately changes when she says that name.
As she says, pirates like y'all, I'm gonna look over at Melkor and I'm gonna kind of look back at myself and be like, I wonder which one of us she's talking to.
It says, which one of y'all's the captain?
I raise my hand.
I'm going to point at both of them. I'm just going to cross my arm so it's pointing, the right one's pointing at the left and the left one's pointing at the right.
Kind of grabs her little braided pigtail and is like, so how does that work? Y'all have 2 captains?
One's kitchen, one's boat.
I'm going to look over at her and be like, listen, honey, y'all know, I'm assuming you're the captain too. You know us ladies, we're the real captains.
She's going to wink at you like, they call me mistress here.
I'm like, well, mistress, I like you. We should talk.
She says, all right, what about y'all 2? She snaps her fingers, and from below deck comes a drow elf, very pale and tall, very slender, looking pretty fine, and a blue and white dragonborn lady.
Pearl's like, dragon. Dibs, dragon.
That's fine. I'll take the L.
All right.
Ain't never seen no dragon. I'm gonna go down to the kitchen real quick before we hop over to their ship.
I'm gonna give
Captain.
the other captain guidance, so he can keep his stamina up.
Captain, bring rum. Get some rum.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab like a wash bucket and I'm just gonna fill the whole thing up with rum. Like a good gallon of rum.
Make sure it's a clean one.
Nah, I didn't even check. It's already full.
Can you roll for the bucket to be clean?
We're pirates. I can.
Doesn't matter. We're trying to fucking please too.
I mean,
Not get robbed.
I'm not sure what all we do with a mop bucket, but
Was it a clean one?
that's an
Peggy looks at you and says, "Before you get too excited with that, we generally don't drink on the job. Y'all can have a sip or two, but we won't be joining you. It's against our policies."
look down at her, kind of disgusted, and be like, "This wasn't for you."
She gets sassy with you and says, "Well, excuse me."
Roll.
Yep.
Stop being rude.
Triple snap.
Yeah. Fro's just gonna lift the whole bucket up.
Okay, roll Constitution.
All right.
Wouldn't that be like 2 of them? That's a bucket
So,
of rum.
Oh, I'm not
Yeah.
drinking the whole bucket. I'm just taking a big old drink out of it. You
Yeah,
said
well, you-
Constitution. 1 second here.
thought you were going to say 1. Yeah, we pass out on the deck.
Yeah, yeah.
Done.
With that roll,
Be like, I
with
get
that roll,
both.
I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna roll that guy again. That's a 19, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
you're-
off one of my lucky ticks here.
You are good to go. You
Nin-
wipe your beard or
19 with 3.
throw the leftovers down and wink at the Dragonborn lady. She
Yeah, I'm just gonna palm that bucket from the bottom and hand it over here to Melkor. Melkor, pass it around, bud.
kind of blushes and introduces herself as Meredith Richmond. And then just kind of shyly waits.
I just hand
Yeah,
over,
it'll be like
hand off the rum to His Majesty. I'm like, Your Majesty, rum,
I'm gonna turn and kick Melkor in the shin.
Melkorina.
Look
Look
like-
at him. I'm gonna say,
Melkorina in the shin. I wanna kick it in the shin and be like, not in front of people, damn it.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna
Sorry,
say,
Your Highness.
I'm sorry. All we had was a bucket.
Fuck it.
I couldn't find
I take a
anything
sip.
bigger.
I am
I'm gonna
making
take a
it
sip out of it.
very loud and clear. The Your Majesties and His Majesties.
I was figuring that.
And I'm like, Mistress, let's go have a talk. Lady to lady.
He winks at you again. Okay, lady to lady.
As he's walking off, can I kind of give him a wink?
Yeah,
Trying to be
perception
subtle
to
about it.
see if you see that.
That's a 10.
That's what she rolled too. So both of you simultaneously look back and wink at Frohl.
I'll even do a little head
All
nod.
right. All right.
I'm heading off with the elf. That's for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell back to all the other guys on the ship. Say, anybody else wants around, keep an eye on the ship. We'll be back soon. We can trade out.
I want the Dragonborn next.
All right. So, where are y'all going on the boat? We'll start with Frohl. Where are you going with Meredith?
I'm assuming there's kind of like a quarters, like a sleeping quarters.
Well, you have your captain's quarters that you've been in once.
Oh, I thought we were going to their boat.
I mean, you can go to their boat with her if you want.
Yeah.
She's
That's what I
really
was
shy,
wanting to
so
do.
she's just waiting for you to tell her where you're going.
That's what I was wanting to do. I was wanting to go to their ship and kind of eyeball around while we're hanging out here.
All right. She had kind of, I imagine you put your elbow out and she just kind of daintily rests her hand in there and follows you over back to their ship, shows you the way to the mistress's quarters.
As he's walking by, because I'm assuming he's going to walk by me and the mistress since he's going to their boat. And I'm going to be like,
Yes.
Captain Frohl, Be a gentleman. I know you have it in you somewhere.
Fro's gonna look over at him and wink and be like, "Yeah, Dragon's about to have it in her too." And as I'm walking with her hand in my arm here, I'm gonna start telling her all the
You
cool
see her
stuff.
face turn purple as you say that to Melkor. She's
Start
blushing
telling her
so
all
bad.
I'm gonna tell her all the cool stuff that my new Skim Mercury 200 will do, trying to impress her. I'm like, yeah, I got 200
She-
horses.
She definitely
got a V6
pampers
on the
your
back.
ego. She's like, oh, really? That sounds incredible. Would you take me for a ride on it sometime?
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. She's waiting on a new motor right now. Last one
What
fell
kind of
into the
motor does
ocean.
it take?
Not a very smart one.
A JB 1000. Jimmy Bob.
This is-
I don't know how you want her to react to this story.
She's just going with it. She knows what she's here for. She's building up your ego, talking with you, telling stories. She's still shy. The purple's still fading from her cheeks because of that. She's gonna have it in her comment you made just a little bit ago.
I guess I'm gonna take her off to the quarters then and get the busy done. And we never really negotiated a price or anything, but the Lord said he'd cover it.
He says, "What you mean by the Lord?"
Well, I wouldn't say he's famous. He's not very intelligent.
Well, them evil pirates are looking for a lord right now.
We,
Miss Peggy says we shouldn't worry about it. We don't like them.
yeah, them evil pirates are winners. We
Speaking of,
we had a brief run-in with them not too long ago and gave them the old what 412, and they kind of tucked tail and took off.
Kind of gets a little perked up and says, "Oh, really? Tell me that story."
Fro's gonna take
Captain.
another big old drink off my rum.
Roll a Constitution.
17 with 3 for an unnatural 20.
Yep, you're good. You kind of go to wipe your beard, and she grabs a towel and just kind of wipes it off your beard for you. Kind of brushes your cheek as she's going away.
I'm gonna take that towel and kind of gently, nicely lay it on the bed next to me because we're gonna need that here in a minute. And I'd say at this time you see the red curtain go up as Fro lifts an eyebrow.
Looks out and winks at Melkarina. On that, we'll go to heads or tails.
tails. We both said
We'll go
tails.
to Melkarina and Peggy.
boy.
So I'm gonna take the mistress aside and go into our captain's quarters. I'm gonna be like, Madame, or mistress. I'm gonna hold my elbow out just like I saw Captain Froll do, and just see what she does.
Just, honey, can you shift out of this female form for me, please?
I prefer to
I
be
don't really
female
do.
right now.
Well, we can just talk. I don't really hang with ladies like that.
I don't
we're
know
just
if she
talking.
would know that he's a changeling.
Yeah.
I figure she's been around the block a few times. She's seen some shit.
So
She knows what to
changelings,
look for.
changelings have no indication of their changelings. She would have to just actually see me shift.
Oh.
Yeah. But the way I shift, because of my collaring and stuff, it's not natural collaring. So you could probably assume I'm not what is it? Tiefling.
Okay.
But I will.
Well,
I'll be like, I kind
Who
as
says-
as we're walking, I'm gonna be like, I kind of just shift on my mood. It's nothing in particular. If I'm feeling ladylike, I become a lady. if I'm feeling manly, I turn into a man.
Yes.
Your ship just made me feel bubbly.
That's fair enough, honey. She uses the word honey a lot. That's her general address for customers and people.
And I'll be
So
like,
what you want to do down here? What you want to talk about?
just tell me what you've seen on the. Actually, quick question out of character. Did she say something about the pirate? She did, right? She said, except for the Captain Storm or Gustav
Yes.
or something. Okay, I'm like, tell me a little more about the evil pirates you were talking about. The Storm. We had a run in with them too.
Her facial expression suddenly changes, and she looks like an angry orc would look, and says, "That son of a bitch, Gustav. I'd have gave him everything. He done took off with that fucking wizard. Left me here with nothing. Now I done built up this business, and I ain't never going back to him."
I'm like, honey, I get it. These motherfuckers think they tell us they're going to give us the world, and then they get a hair up their butt and decide that they can conquer the world without us. Believe me, girl, I get it. I'm like,
He
you know
used
what?
to be nice.
He used to
He
be
ain't
nice.
so nice no more.
Tell me about when he was nice.
Yeah, it was about 30, 32 years ago. Something like that. It's been a while. I don't really keep track. He was just a normal captain sailing the seas and trying to be a normal pirate. And he met that Mr. N, that damn wizard, necromancer, whatever the fuck he is. He's just plain evil. And he poisoned him against everyone. Sent him away from me, wouldn't tell me where he was going, but next time I saw him, he had all that lightning and smoke or fog or whatever the hell it is around his ship, and just wasn't the same man I knew.
I'm going to get a, I guess like a handkerchief out of my pack and just hand it over. She'll be like, honey, just let it out. Just let it all out. I'm still paying you for your time, but I feel like you need to get this out. Just keep telling me.
She, as you say that and wipe her tears, she just kind of squeezes you and buries your face in her bosom. It's almost like when Bob pulls Edward Norton into his chest in Fight Club, and you're just buried in these massive orc breastises.
I do love me some orc titties, even in female
It's
form. So I'm just kind of
basically like fountaining tears out of her eyes onto the back of your head.
I love it. I'm like, just tell me all about it, and just I'm gonna like kind of nuzzle in, get me some nice pillows, get some cuddles in, of course. I'm also gonna be like, you know, he stopped us too, and he was such a dick. I know pirates are pirates. I get that, but he could have been nicer. And you say he used to be nice, and that just makes me so sad for him.
Yeah, she's crying and says, "There ain't much nice left in him. I tried my damnedest to bring him back, but he's just too far gone."
Well, maybe, you know what, honey? I'm going to make you a deal. If we ever have to come across him again, I am going to tell him a what for what he did to you.
He keeps crying and says, "Thank you, honey. I appreciate that."
Well, I just
On that.
Yeah, I just spend the rest of our time together just cuddled up in her bosom.
Picture her as like holding you like a little baby,
Yeah.
curled up.
I love it.
On that note, we'll go over to Broth and the Drow Elf. Her name is Celine Diaz Martinez Gomez III.
I hope she doesn't ask you anymore.
Selena Diaz.
Martinez Gomez III.
Fuck it, you're Selena for right now because there's way too much to
Celine.
say at this moment. Celine.
Diaz Martinez Gomez III.
I hold my arm out like everyone else to follow her where she's going to take me back into the ship.
She doesn't take your elbow, but she walks with you. She has very good posture, hands behind her back, just kind of seems really proud. Almost boisterous and pompous, but not. She doesn't have a cocky attitude. Just a strong-willed drow elf woman.
I'm just gonna look up at her and be like, "You don't need no man, do you?"
He says, "Nah. I've been with Peggy for a few years now. We don't know where we'd be without each other. I'm like her right hand. Keep all these other bitches in line."
Ooh.
He pulls out a little like horse riding whip, smacks it against her hand.
Whew. Get a little excited for a minute. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, he ain't using no toys on me though. As I'm looking up at her.
She kind of grabs your cheeks and says, "You'll do what I tell you, honey."
Ooh.
She's fucking paying you tonight.
I'm
She
looking
winks
at her
you
like,
and says, "The correct answer is yes, ma'am."
what's the safe word?
I don't know. What is your safe word?
Pineapple? Wait a
Okay,
minute,
I'll
I'm-
note that. She pulls out a little book and writes, "What was your first name?" Your
Broth.
Honor's name. Broth. Your Honor. Broth. Safe word is pineapple. She writes it in her little book and closes it and tucks it back in her breast pocket, which is her just pulling her shirt out and putting it in with her titty.
Hey, them
gonna
titty
be like-
pockets are awesome.
Woo!
She's like, "So where you want to go? What you want to do?" "I got a fun room back on my ship. But we won't do much talking if we go over there."
Why don't we have some fun there and then do some talking? How about that? I am paying for the time, so.
She says, "Okay," and she pulls out her pants pocket and says, "Hold on to this and follow me."
I'm gonna look down. Can I throw a history to see if I know what that is?
Out of
go ahead.
character. Didn't I do this to, was it Dragoon? In
I
I think
Elzurma?
you, I think
Pulled
it-
out my pocket.
I can't remember who you did that to, but you did it to
I
somebody.
did it to somebody. Yeah.
I got a 15 on history.
Yeah, you know that it's a pants pocket, and you should probably grab it and follow her. Or you're not getting lucky tonight.
Oh, I grab it and follow.
She kind of pats you on the head and says, "Good boy." Takes you to her little fun room and starts talking about hard limits and soft limits with you. See how far she can take this. We'll skip that conversation.
I think they both need con saves to see how long they.
Yeah,
Or would this be
we're go con for con saves on this. I'm gonna give her +3 on her constitution because I didn't build character sheets for him.
And with Captain Froll being drunk, does he
I'm
get?
not. I passed.
Okay, so you have several drinks in you, and you know how drinks happen. Well, I guess it's different for every guy, but some it helps, some it does not.
Yeah, I'd say I was going to roll performance when we were done just to see how it all turned out.
Broth, roll a con save real quick.
18.
You're doing your best to keep a straight face. You're not giving her any satisfaction right now. She's trying to spank you and tickle you and get reactions out of you, and you're just ain't having it. So she's gonna roll a dirty 20 for her constitution, and she's gonna stop and think about it. All right, you want to play rough and hard to get? I can do that. She goes through a door at the back of her chamber. We'll skip over to Froll and see what's going on with him and old Peggy, or no, Meredith in that captain's quarter.
Roll that picture. It's been a little while. I'm gonna make a gonna make a performance throw, but I would say just out of my own character, it'd probably be at disadvantage at this point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since you said it's been a while, it'd be either a performance or a con roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, being a sea elf, skin's kind of slippery. Not most people are attracted to it. It's it's a 4 total.
She goes to undo your belt buckle, and you kind of.
I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna hand her that towel again. Say, if you would please.
But don't worry, honey. That happens all the time. And she starts cleaning you up, buckles her pants back. I guess that's that then.
Let's say, your turn.
Like, I mean, if you have time, I guess.
Well, if I had to imagine, Melkor's probably talking her ear off. Yeah, I guess.
She says, "All right, let me show you how this is done. Have you ever been with a Dragonborn before?"
Fro starts kind of mildly panicking. She's scared.
You can see the sweat dripping down your forehead, and she's gonna say,
She's gonna be like,
"Don't worry about it, honey. I'll cook you through this."
I'm gonna look down at her tail, and so where do we start? I'm picturing, I've had to sex alligators before, so I'm just gonna take my thumb and thunk.
Word of
What's up,
note.
Bronco?
So, not all Dragonborn have tails.
Oh, does this one have a tail?
I had pictured her with a little bit of a tail, not like a huge lizard tail, but be kind of like a bun in the hair, but on the tail.
It's kind of like a
Kind of like a
tail.
bobtail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a feel around. I don't feel a barb or anything.
She's gonna grab your hand and guide it and show you where it's at, and go back over to Melkor and Peggy.
I'm like, honey, I know he's such a fucking dick. That Captain Froll, I try to get his respect, but he just won't fucking give it to me. And I'm the captain now. He told me.
She's patting the back of your head. You just let it out, honey. I needed that cry. Now it's your turn. This is even better than what I had planned for you.
Well, what'd you have planned?
I mean, we can still do that too if you want, but I needed this cry. I've held that in for a long time.
I'm gonna okay, and I just keep going on my quest to find salvation for myself and try to understand what it is to be a female captain sometimes. And after a little bit of time, I'm like, thank you so much. Now, what were you saying you wanted to do to me?
Well, crying kind of puts me out of the mood. And I apologize for that. You don't have to pay me, but I want to give you something. So if you ever need to reach out to a friend, you can.
Okay, I'm your friend.
Yeah, I don't cry around people. Something about you just brought it out on me. So she gives you a little painted pink rock with a rune on it. She says, "I have the other half of this. So if you ever need me, you just send me a message and I'll find you."
Can we just chat at night and have girl talk?
Yeah, but only 25 words at a time.
Okay. I'm gonna hold it up. I'm gonna hold it up to my mouth and be like, "Thank you."
She's gonna listen to hers. You're welcome.
And I'm just gonna give her a big hug.
Then we'll go back over to Broth and Celine.
Such an odd encounter.
I'm an odd dude. Comes back out through that door and decided that what she was planning wasn't going to work. So now she's wheeling a cart in. And it looks like there's some clamps on there. Some big boxes on the bottom. And might be a face shield on the top. You're not sure.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, don't worry about it, honey. You'll be all right. You're good with this, right? You don't want to say your safe word, do you?
Fuck that. Do I have enough time to throw a perception before she comes over here with that thing? Just
Like I've been working on this for a while. I want to try it out. It took a lot of magic. I think
you
it's
better tell me
perfect
what it
for
is
you.
first. Tell me
She-
what it is.
Grabs these two clamps and just sparks them together. It's not gonna hurt that bad.
Pineapple.
Like, damn it! I've been wanting to try this for a while.
I'm gonna look at her real quick and I'm gonna go, hold
Let
on
me-
now.
She sets
Hold
them
on.
down and
What is it?
call it electrostimulation.
Can I roll a history check real quick to see if I would know that? To know what it is.
Yeah, I don't think you would though. She seems to have invented it.
19.
You're trying to process what she's talking about, seeing how this whole thing works, and like I don't know what you want to do with that, but I don't know. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna look at her and be like, are there settings on it?
In fact, we can start at 1, work our way up to 10.
We're not going to 10. We'll go to 3.
She puts it on 3 and touches your nipples with it. Sends a jolt through you.
So my favorite thing is he's part fish, right? So I imagine the smell. Extra crispy.
Do I need to do like roll on that shock?
Yeah, roll a Constitution to see if you can keep it together.
Constitution. That is, let's see, take 3. 22.
Yeah, you're kind of excited about it. All right, this ain't bad. I picture she's got you on like her little cross thing, arms tied, and like trying to get
Turn it
out
up
of
to
there.
4. Turn it up to 4.
She gets a little grin on her face. All right, if you're sure. She turns it up to 4 and zaps you again. Roll a Constitution.
22.
Fro, as I'm laying here, it's like, God damn, it smells like Long John Silver.
Meredith says, "Oh, don't worry. It always smells like that on here."
I'm gonna look at her and go, is this helping your experiment?
This is, oh yeah, this is fun for me. Then she smacks you across the mouth. Now don't backtalk me.
I'll say the word and then we'll quit doing this.
She slaps you again. I told you not to backtalk me.
5.
She puts it on 6 and zaps you again. I told you not to backtalk me.
24 for that con save.
You're tougher than I thought.
Mama didn't raise a bitch.
Says, who was your mama, Your Honor?
I don't remember.
That's it. Then how do you know your mama didn't raise no bitch? She zaps you again with it on 6. Roll Constitution.
That's a dirty 20.
God damn.
He's got those dice that are only 10 through 20.
Right. She's
don't.
starting to get frustrated with you. You can see it on her face. So this ain't gonna work, I don't think. So she wheels the cart back through the door and we'll go.
You didn't try
Back
it
over.
on 10.
She turns around and walks back over to you and makes direct
Okay.
eye contact and
Pirate
said-
there.
stop back talking me as she slaps you in the mouth.
I'll go quiet for a second.
Then she kind of licks your forehead and says, "Good boy." She takes the cart through the door, back over to Froll and Meredith, trying to.
Yeah. I picture after a couple awkward minutes, I'm like, am I doing this
She's
right?
helped you help her get where you want her to be, but you really didn't do anything because she had to do it all because you didn't know what you were doing. But you feel very satisfied because you did this.
Yeah, Froll's like, I feel like I'm just telling your insides to come here.
Sure, that I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but okay. Now you know where everything is and how it works. What do you want to do next?
Round 2. Fight.
Froll, looking down, seeing my wet pants, I'm gonna be like, hold that thought. I'm gonna grab my rum and I'm gonna take a big drink of it. I walk back over to our ship, and I'm gonna grab Monteith. I'm gonna say, Monteith, bud, you got any experience with Dragonborns?
Is he here yet?
I am.
Oh,
I just got on a couple minutes ago.
welcome to the Sunday Fun Day.
I got in here when good old Melkor was crying with prostitute.
She's the mistress.
Her name's
that
Peggy.
was single-handedly the greatest thing I could have joined into.
Yeah.
all
On
right.
that, what are you gonna do, Monteith?
I would like to do a history check to see if I would know anything about what he's asking me.
Go ahead.
Alrighty. Give me 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious if you know anything about Dragonborns, kind of period at all.
Kind of picturing you standing with your hands over your crotch so he doesn't see the wet spot. Do you know anything about Dragonborns?
That's a 3, so probably not.
As he
Yes.
stands there looking confused, I'm be like, you want to?
I'll look at him and be like, you know what? I'm always down for a challenge. Let's see what's up.
I'm gonna pick up one of the big wooden rolling pins off the counter here in the kitchen. I'm gonna hand it to him. I'm gonna say, you might need it.
I'm gonna so was Monteith around during any of the prior events to this?
Yes, you were on the boat, and I added a item to your inventory that they found.
Cool. Well, being that real life me has no clue what's going on, I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna gladly take the rolling pin and say, like I said, always down for a challenge.
Okay, you guys both go back in there with Meredith together.
Yeah.
She visibly gets more excited now.
And for all this is more out of curiosity now because I couldn't figure it out. I'm gonna just grab the chair from the other side of the room, kind of spin it around backwards there, and sit down and just pay real close attention.
Look, all right, a watcher. I guess I'm okay with that.
What
What's
would I
your
have to
name?
roll? I'm Monteith, ma'am. And what would I have to roll to see how close of attention I'm actually paying?
Perception.
All right. Perception. That's a 9.
Yeah, you're kind of confused and like, what the fuck is going on? How did we do it? You realize you're in a room with a pirate hooker and your captain, and you were about to do things to this pirate hooker with a rolling pin.
So Monteith, not one to again step down from a challenge, look at the captain and be like, Captain, Eiffel Tower, and I want to raise my hand for a high five.
Froll?
You said you were trying to get a high five. Sorry, I was distracted there for just a second.
So I'll repeat a little bit. So Monteith raises his hand and looks over to the captain and says, "Sir, Eiffel Tower."
I'm gonna say wobbling H.
Wobbling H.
Walk over and I'm just gonna stand in front of her because I've never really seen this done before, but I know how to do it.
All right, on that note, we're going to head back over to Croft and Celine. Diaz Martinez Gomez the third.
DM, it is halfway through, so we want to pick up with him on the way through when we get back.
Yes, definitely. Make sure these fools are in bed.
All right, cool. We will be
Right back.
back in a few minutes.
I'm worried.
We are back. We'll pick up where we left off. Broth.
So
Yeah,
I'm waiting for her to come out the door.
I'd say you hear doors opening and drawers opening and closing, some rattling and things shaking around. She's like, how am I going to do this? He's a tough one. Then she comes back out. She's got like a chain whip with some spikes on it in one hand. She's got a big floppy one in the other hand. And she
Pineapple.
says, which one do you want?
The
She's
spike
gonna bring
chain.
in a full fucking iron mace.
Yeah.
Please, madame, the spike chain.
All right, and she whips you right on the ass with it. But she misses. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry. I got a little excited. I don't usually have quite this much resistance.
That's fine, madame.
Like, let me even the odds a little bit. And she takes her shirt off and then whips you again. But misses. Sorry. I'm really nervous. It's been a while, and I don't really know why I keep missing. Let me take
It's
a
all
breath.
right.
And get my composure. She says, puts her finger over your lips and says, "I didn't say you could talk."
Ooh. Getting a little heated up in here.
Broth just remains quiet.
Pats you on the head and says, "That's a good little. What are you? Are you a shark or what? Never seen something like you before."
I'm waiting for her to say that I can speak.
Says,
Broth's
"You
like, judging by the eyes jutting out the side of my head.
No, Great White, it looks a little different. I have the way that he's pictured is a little different, and I'll find the pictures that I have for him so you guys kind of understand. But just I'm gonna look at her and I'm gonna be like, "Excuse me for asking, but I know I'm." Can I roll to know that drow elves stay alive for a long time, even though I myself no?
You're on mute, Anthony.
roll intelligence to see if you know that she's a drow and that elves would live a very
17.
long life. Yeah, I'd say you know that she's some form of elf and that elves generally live a very long time, having heard Froll talk about it and whatnot.
I'm gonna look at her and say that I'm a human shark hybrid.
She says there's not many places that can do that. Where are you from?
A pirate farm.
There ain't no pirate farm that can do that kind of hybridization. Where are you really from?
I honestly don't remember.
How do you not remember where you're from?
Because I don't really remember my childhood.
She kind of pulls up a chair and sits down and looks intrigued and starts asking you more questions. What do you know about your childhood?
It's horrible things that I remember on the last day that I don't want to remember at the moment.
She sack taps you with her little riding stick and says, "Tell me the truth. What do you remember of your childhood?"
Pleasant days, all up until the last.
Okay. Has any idea where you were from? I might be able to help you. I've been around for quite a while.
I don't honestly want to say because I've had a lot of people attack me lately.
Says, "Honey,
And
we don't
right
work with
now-
them evil pirates. We already know who you are. We're not interested in the bounty."
If you know who I am, then you know where I'm from.
No, actually, we don't.
Can I be released from the chains first, please? This is kind of making my arms go numb.
She sack taps you again. No.
Damn it.
I just stay quiet at that moment.
Oh, you want to play hard to get, do you? She goes and brings the cart back out,
Pineapple.
turns it up to 10. Are you going to tell me now?
Pineapple.
Fine. She gets really mopey and puts everything away and gets her shirt back on and lets you out. I guess that'll be 50 gold. You can be on your way.
I just wanted my arms out. I'll tell you
That
where I'm
takes all the
from.
fun out of it for me.
Fine, put them back up.
Too late. You done said pineapple. You're
All right.
just scared. Maybe next
I am
time.
a little.
Gives you a little peck on the cheek and a slap on the ass and sends you on your way.
I'm just gonna realize that I kind of fucked up. I'm gonna turn around and apologize that I fucked up as I hand her the money.
Say pineapple backwards.
Apple pine?
That's not quite.
That was awesome.
Just thank you. I believe Miss Peggy gave your lady friend a way to contact us if you ever want to see us again. Maybe we can continue our little adventure. We'll go back to Melkor on that.
So I'm going to assume that her and I's conversation is pretty much done. We're probably just like cleaning ourselves up. I have some costume makeup, and I'll just start freshly applying some blush. I never really got to make myself up when I shifted before. So I'm going to kind of put on my face, powder my nose a bit, and just offer my makeup over to her just in case she doesn't have any so she can freshen herself up. I'm like, honey, your eyes look great. They don't look puffy at all, but you do have a little bit of baggage. I know the perfect thing for that. And I'm going to just like cure wounds her, just like on her, like trying to pinpoint just the bags under her eyes. I don't know if it'll actually do anything, but I'm gonna attempt it just for in character. And be like,
Don't roll a fucking one right
bless
now.
your little heart, honey, and accept and finishes freshening up. And I'd say you guys probably just have like idle chit chat.
Yep, exactly.
around
I'd
on
probably
the
say
deck
we
waiting.
go on the deck and just have idle chit chat, just kind of waiting for everybody to finish up. So I would. Who all's on the deck right now? Is it just me and her now?
Yeah, Broth is down below on their ship, and Melkor or Froll and Monteith are in Peggy's quarters with
The
all
Wong
the Dragonborn. Yep. Doing a sawing motion back and forth, I guess. And
Shouldn't we roll
Figuring out.
performance?
yeah, but I'd say you have to at disadvantage because freedom statement.
Real quick, I'm gonna ask to see her captain's quarters. So I'm gonna be like, I just want to see what kind of decorations you've got going on, because I really need to spruce mine up. It has that Froll look, and you know.
She kind of rolls her eyes and says, "Yeah, honey, let's go," and takes you over to show you her captain's quarters. And as you guys open the door, you see Monteith standing there with his pants around his ankles, and him and Froll are high-fiving above this
By the
lady
way-
between them.
Performance of 11.
Yeah, you're steady enough to make it work, but you're uncertain.
Bro, I'm still not 100% certain what I should be doing here. I never drop pants. I just kind of holding on to her horns and teabagging the top of her head.
So yeah, that's what you walk into with Peggy, and she, sorry, Meredith, and she closes the door. Melkarina, we'll have to get back to that.
I'm gonna be like, I don't think they knew what they were doing.
Didn't really look like it at all.
I'm like,
Um,
I feel like it's my job as captain to teach these boys how to do this.
So they've already stepped out of the room, right?
I think we're in an open door. Oh wait, no, you said she shut the door, didn't you?
Yeah, she got shocked. Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so this is
apologies,
happening outside.
Kind of ushered you back out the door and closed it.
So mid-stroke, I'm gonna look down at her as she's getting Froll's pants and fucking she's getting teabagged by Froll. I don't know how else to put that shit, man. But anyway, so as she's getting teabagged by Froll, I'm gonna look over at her knowing that she doesn't have anything in her mouth and say, can we invite one more person in?
Well, it'll cost you extra, but I guess.
How much is extra?
Froll's gonna look over at Monteith and go, the Lord's got it. Don't worry about it.
So, with that being said, I'm just going to trust what Froll says. And I'm going to real as loud as Monteith can. Actually, wait a minute. Better thought. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use thaumaturgy to swing the door open and say, Captain, get in here.
All right. Froll looks at you and is like, I'm already in here. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna high five him again. Oh, I'm in, bud.
I'm gonna be like, I told you. I knew this was gonna happen. Peggy, you want to come in? We'll just keep talking as I help them understand how anatomy works.
She's gonna be.
If I got an idea or two, I could show them how some anatomy works.
Let's go.
And as you guys are talking, Froll's gonna look over and be like, "Woohoo, more!" I'm gonna climb up on the back of the dragon board and just kind of bounce around a little bit like I'm riding a horse.
So I'm gonna, as Melkor gets in there, I'm gonna high five Sklim, and be like, Captain, it's about fucking time you got here. Nice tits, by the way.
I'm gonna be like, thank you. Unless you're talking about Peggy, she's got some nice ones too.
And I want to look over and be like, yeah, her too.
And can I make would it be perception or investigation to see how badly they're doing?
Are you wanting to get hands-on, or are you just looking?
Not super hands-on. Like if I have to spread some cheeks or something to make sure, I'm good with that.
But investigation.
Okay.
Lift the sack, look under the tea bag, and
oh yes,
So
I love it. Yes.
As he's doing this real quick,
it's like a doctor's exam, just right in the middle of everything.
I feel like at this point I might
says
need to
turn
roll
your head
another
and cough.
performance. With all that's going on, I feel like I need to roll another performance.
You can roll performance, or you can roll a constitution check.
I'm gonna roll both.
So perfect timing for this natural 20, for fucking sure. Natural 20 plus 4.
Oh yeah, you are like, you should be doing this, and maybe this is like this, and you're like, Meredith, I think you need to take the reins here and show them what they need to do, because this just does not look comfortable for you.
I'm like, oh honey, you can't let them do this. You gotta get something out of this.
So, performance of 6, constitution of 23. I'm not doing shit, but I'm still going strong.
You're kind of like shaking around. You're not done yet, but you don't know how this is working, but it feels good, and you're there.
She definitely seems bored.
Oh yes, she's been bored for a while. She kind of got her head on her hand like this while Froll's bouncing on her back like she's a horse. And
I'm gonna look over at Peggy and I'm like, honey, I'm sorry I got to do this, but it looks like she needs some help. I'm going to shift into my Melkor form, my normal Melkor form, and be like, boys, Move over. I'll teach you how it's done.
All of a sudden, his voice goes from high pitched to girly to super fucking deep.
Yep.
And Froll, I'm just looking at him like I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm thinking like, I thought I was doing a pretty good job. Thought I had it all under wraps here. I'm gonna climb down off of her. I'm gonna say, did you say it was Peggy?
Yes. What's your name?
Fjorn.
Well, howdy, Fjorn. I thought your name was Froll. That's what Melkarina told me.
Oh, yeah. If you asked him again tomorrow, he'd tell you something different too.
That's all right.
I'm gonna say you can go ask Broth out there. He'll tell you what my name is.
Celine doesn't really like to be interrupted when she's with a client, so I'll wait till after.
And say, oh, okay. And this is we're in their captain's quarters, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm gonna act like I'm stepping back just to kind of pay attention and take notes, but can I kind of just let my eyes scan around the room and see if I see anything that may be of importance?
Yeah, roll perception. Or investigation. No, it would be perception because you're just using your eyes.
I'm looking for either one, things that may be expensive, or two, any kind of like documents, like letters on the desk or anything. And perception's a 14 with 2 for 16.
See, like the door beads, that little like pass through,
Mm-hmm.
kind of annoying, get caught in your hair. There's some lacy curtains. It looks like a decent bedspread. A few rolled up parchments on the desk, nothing you can see. Very tidy. Obviously things are kept this way and maintained.
Can I go over to the desk and sit down and just kind of kick my boots up like I'm relaxing here?
Yeah.
As he's doing that, Melkor's going to kind of get pissed because the whole point of him shifting to male form was to teach them how this works. And seeing just Froll just walk away nonchalantly, Melkor's
I'm not
actually
walking away. I'm still watching. I'm just kind of from the other side of the room, kicking my feet up at the desk. And
can I roll
I'm gonna.
perception to see if he's actually paying attention, or maybe insight? I don't know how you really want to do this.
Yeah, I'd think perception to, in the midst of it, look over and see if he's actually learning from it.
Unnatural 20, 18 plus 2.
Roll, are you paying attention and trying to learn something from Melkor?
I would say right now I'm watching him and I'm watching Peggy. Not that he would know, but more concerned with just if anybody's paying attention to me. But I'm kind of watching them to see where their eyes are.
My eyes are on you right now.
Melkor has unwavering eye contact with you the whole time he's trying to teach you this.
Yeah,
Will's gonna look up at
I'm
him
like,
and be like,
Froll,
awkward.
teaching experience. I guess I need to roll performance to see how actually how well I'm doing.
Yes.
I'm gonna guide myself because why the hell not?
Please do.
All right. Okay, so 18 plus 3 is 21 plus 9, 30.
Yeah, this is a great visual demonstration. Monteith and Froll should absolutely learn pretty much everything they need
Yeah,
to know from
I'm not
this.
even gonna like raise a leg, like see how the angle is here. You're trying to hit, and I'm just gonna keep conversing through because it's Twitch and I can't get too bad.
For all, as he's giving this demonstration, I'm gonna kind of scan around the drawers here. I'm looking for a quill and piece of paper so I can jot down some notes.
All right. Peggy's gonna walk over and just hand you a little sheet of paper and her quill. Say, here you go. You can take some notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw some pictures. I'm gonna draw pictures, and they're fairly detailed. Hang on one second. I'm gonna show you guys in the chat here, but I would say maybe I need to roll something to
See how well the drawings are?
see how well I can draw these here.
Roll. That'd be performance for handwriting, or
Yeah, performance for just anything. Well, no, because that's charisma based. I would
it
say
be
it would actually be
intelligence?
some kind of acrobatics or some kind of dexterity. Maybe sleight of hand. I mean, that's the closest thing.
Yeah, let's do that. Roll a sleight of hand to see how well your pictures are.
That one's on the iffy side of what to do.
That is a 5. What's 5 for 10?
They're
Sleight of
slightly
hand and-
better than stick figures. They have a little bit of depth. Yes.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
I draw these pictures and I'm gonna hold it up and be like, Melkor, I'm taking notes. Do something else.
I go to a different position.
Yeah. So they switch positions, and he keeps describing and telling you what needs to happen. And Melkor, at this point, roll a Constitution.
Yeah. Good plan. I'm going to guide myself because I might need it. Oh, actually, not bad. 16 plus 3, Constitution save. 16 plus 3 is 19 plus 2, 21.
Yeah, he's keeping his composure really well. It's going. He's having a blast, and he still hasn't broken eye contact with you, making
Nope.
sure you're keeping these notes and listening and paying attention. Monteith, what are you doing during all of this?
Probably needing to roll a con save and another performance check to see if I've actually been learning anything.
Or maybe an intelligence.
Yes. Because Melkor
Okay.
kind of took
I'm gonna
over
keep
for you
holding
guys.
up my
So.
sketches. Okay, I got that one. Anything else?
And then I'm like flip us over where now she's on top. I'm like, all right, honey, your turn to show what you can do.
The intelligence was a 19.
Ooh, nice.
And then the con save would be a nat 20 plus 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're good. You're like looking over Froll's shoulder, copying his pictures down on your own piece of paper, and watching everything and learning. And now that they've switched again, Melkor roll another Constitution save.
Yeah, and as I do this, I am now in sing mode. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh, honey, do it right. Oh, that ain't good. Oh, that is a 7.
I would say at this
yeah,
point,
you really start singing. You're like, done.
And I start
You've
shaking
already-
violently. Like,
And- does this bring back his jello arms from all the push-ups he's been doing lately?
oh, she's on top of me now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll. Well, no, with the 7, I'd say he finishes his spasming and loud singing and the kind of awkward noises. You guys are trying to draw this out. Like, how do you, Froll, or Monteith, how do you draw this part? And then the next thing you know, Melkor's just asleep.
Before I fall asleep, I'm going to. Actually, no. Yeah, I would be asleep because it's been a rough fucking day. I would just I'm like, Oh, that was good. Thank you.
And I'm looking at Monteith and I'm like, well, do you know what just happened?
Can I roll an insight to see if I understand that Melkor just hit the big old blammo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Malak is hangry.
That's an 11.
Yeah, you're just like, what? You're still drawing pictures, and now you're like, why is he sleeping? What happened?
So I'm going to take it as a sign that he needed to tap out. And I'm going to go ahead and start trying to put to practice what he was just showing me.
Bro, I don't know much about dragon barns, and you know, to me, if you're part dragon, you're probably somewhat magical, and I'm kind of worried that maybe she put him to sleep.
Oh, no.
So I'm gonna walk over and I'm gonna grab his arm and try and help him walk back to the ship here.
I'd say as you grab him and pull him out of their captain's quarter, you run into Broth on his way up the
I want to
stairs.
be. I was gonna say I want to be beating on her door, trying to tell her, take this worthless worm back.
Yeah, I'm
Trying to appeal to her one side.
You're trying to grovel. I see what you're doing. You come out of the captain's quarter with Melkor and Monteith. Are you staying in there, or are you leaving with them?
Man, I just learned a whole lot from Melkor. I'm going to go to town. I'm going to try putting everything I just learned from him to practice.
Okay, since you basically observed what he was doing and you're still not really sure and you haven't really done this before, I'm going to have you roll performance with disadvantage.
Okay. So do you want a performance in the con check?
No, we'll just tie it all together with the performance.
Oh, that's a nat one. I didn't learn shit.
You don't even
Like-
get your pants off and you're done.
Oh, my pants have been off.
Oh, well,
For
you
some reason, you put
try
your
to walk
pants
over
on.
there,
I'm back on.
you finish on your way, and you're just out the door with Roll and Melkor. You're, like you said, you have no pants on.
I'm gonna be
Did
crying because that was Monteith's first, and it was very sad that Monteith didn't perform as well as he thought he was going to. So I'm gonna just be kind of melancholy and all humdrum.
All right.
Can
And
I?
on your yes,
Did I see Broth as we were walking through? You said.
roll perception to see if you see him like down at the bottom of the stairs groveling at this lady's door. I'm not worthy. I'm not.
This worthless worm fucked up.
It's a 12 with 2 for 14.
I'd say yeah. You see him. He's like on his hands and knees, pounding on the door. Let me back in, please.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna look over at Monteith and be like, why are his nipples so red and dangly?
I would assume I had
Monteith.
my clothes on so you wouldn't see that.
Monteith, I'm gonna look at him and be like, Jesus, they're starting to get swollen. What the fuck happened?
So you say you have your clothes on, but however, if she was doing nipple play, they would be hard as fuck, and they'd probably be able to
It
see
would
that.
be like poking out
Yeah.
of your shirt.
I'm gonna be like,
But I'm facing the door.
He would have
Like,
went
look-
from no cups to C cups in 5 seconds flat.
I'm gonna be like, they look like little monkey fingers.
Can I roll a insight or history to see if I know that his nipples are sore?
He says he's facing the door. Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Which one do you want, insight or
Inside.
I would say insight because you're gonna have to see if he's like wincing or anything.
Groth, would you say you're wincing or anything?
Ooh, baby, that's the
Wincing.
money.
What does he see, Groth?
Sees me groveling at the door, like just trying to plead to her side to take me back because I really want to finish the conversation we were having now that I realized I completely fucked up.
I'm gonna look over at Froll and be like, Captain, he's groveling hard. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess she was really fucking nice to him.
All I can say is us being in the opposite boat, he must have done something that we ain't figured out yet. Maybe we should talk to Broth to add to our notes tomorrow.
I'm gonna tap Broth on the shoulder and be like, Broth, man, what's your secret?
Don't worry about it. Just go the fuck away. This worm's
I'm gonna-
not worthy.
I'm gonna look over at Froll and be like,
hear-
he's crying.
Yeah,
He's
Monteith,
He's crying. I've never seen Broth cry.
I fucked up.
He said something about his worm not working. I don't know.
But like, I'm still really sad, and I'm just like, God damn it! And I'm gonna hug Broth from behind and be like, it's okay.
You don't get it.
Roll a Constitution check to see if you've gone down.
So how's this working, DM? How's this groveling working to her appeal?
She's gonna
Can I roll a performance?
open the
or-
door. Yeah, roll a performance for your
Aw.
groveling.
All right. Oh God, please.
Perfect time for a natural
This is a
one.
great episode.
Yes, 18.
Dude, we're doing a pretty good job at groveling. She cracks the door and kind of kneels down and lifts your chin up and says, I appreciate you admitting when you're wrong, but you still have to wait till next time. And she spits in your face and slaps you and shuts the door.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look over at Froll. I'm gonna look back at Broth, look at Froll, look at Broth, and be like,
I'm gonna get up,
oh,
say nothing,
God.
kind of wipe the tears away, and kind of just walk away, walk over to Miss Peggy and thank her for her hospitality and that, and be like, what do I
Monteith
owe,
having
man?
just
It says
Monty
that'll be
Tyler
about
just realized-
75 gold for all that y'all just got. Your
I'm
your captain over there, he knows how to contact us if you ever want to meet again.
Bye, Peggy. Thanks for the talk, girl. I'll be talking soon.
She's like,
Bye,
girl. See ya.
I'm gonna jump because I thought Melkor was like full on passed out and he just started screaming in my ear.
They kicked me off their boat. They're leaving.
Yeah, Froll's lost. I guess we're just getting back on the boat.
Hey, Miss
I don't even
Peggy
know what the fuck happened today.
kind of takes all four of you and walks you across the plank, guides you back to your ship, and her and Meredith, she's got her clothes back on and all ready to go, and they're standing there waving. Broth is looking for Celine, but she doesn't come back to the deck to wave or anything. She's
A
gonna
tear
make him
rolls down
stand
my
for
eye.
a while.
tear rolls down the side of his neck.
Yep.
Right, it just kind of drops off the side of his head to the
It
ground.
drops off
It's
the
not a
side of his
shark.
head
It's not a
with his
hammerhead.
eyeballs
Damn it.
sticking out.
It's a great white. Think about it correctly.
Like I said, just rolling down his neck.
Yeah, because
Do you
they
know-
they still have rounder
I'm gonna-
faces, so they don't. It's not like they have crevices, so there's no cheekbones. So it's literally just falling off your eyes.
Yeah, like it still would
It's
be.
not
I mean,
like
your face
Hammerhead.
is like this.
Your face is like
and
this, and your eyes are
right
bulging
here.
out. Yeah.
I'll send it. I'll send the picture to
so-
the chat so you see what I mean.
Monty
I am
realizing
busy.
after seeing Broth get spit and slapped on and just now realizing his own sexuality, goes up to Broth and says, does it feel good to get spit on and slapped? Like, just
Yes.
genuinely, like, wants to know with every bit of excitement that you can possibly imagine.
Can I roll perception to see if I hear this conversation?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna let you guys have this conversation for a second. Be right
I'm
back.
gonna look.
Also,
I'm
did we ever figure out how Melkor knows Monteith's safe word?
We'll
Nope.
get to that when the DM gets back.
But I rolled a natural 1 for perception, so I didn't hear
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at him and go, it's the feeling behind it.
I'm gonna just feel like, so that doesn't answer my question. Does it feel nice?
Done by the right person, yes.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna get this huge grin on my face, and then I'm gonna wait for the rest of what I gotta say until Anthony gets back.
Bro, as you guys are talking, I'm walking across the plank back onto our ship, and I'm just staring down at my notes, looking at the few pictures I drew, and I'm not really sure why I even drew these pictures. So now I'm trying to figure out how they even piece together. But
I'm
gonna keep studying them.
So since I didn't see or hear their conversation, I feel like I'd be probably more focused on Frohl and his book because he keeps going like this with it, like turning it, trying to figure it out. I'm like, oh wow, I don't know what you drew.
Yeah,
But-
I'm gonna look at them, and I'm gonna point to the stick figures and be like, "This is you."
My name is spelled Melchor.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. And I'm gonna say this the awkward, sad young lady that had to deal with this one. That's you. And at one point in time, you mentioned something about a cat or something, I think. So I drew that. I drew that here, and he looks happy. See, he's smiling.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of drew a blank once you got to that third part, and you fell asleep. And I figured I just drew what else was on your mind at that point,
That's pretty accurate.
and the rest of the page is just blank.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out how you get from this to, I don't know if you're like petting a cat or what.
There's
what's
some
really
petting
happening
involved.
here, and then you just fall asleep, and I'm like,
Can I?
I feel like I
thought
did
had an
okay because I
idea,
feel like I
but
could
then-
use a. I feel like I could use a nap now.
I'm going
Can I
to
scream to the captains that I have an idea?
before you do, I'm going to get out a quill or a pen or whatever, a writing utensil, probably charcoal actually.
I would picture at the captain's desk. I've probably got a quill.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think.
So I'm gonna start drawing on there, like basically making a mini Kama Sutra for him, just like with the
it's just like 99 pictures.
yeah, just not super elaborate, but enough to where you can see different angles and get the gist, or the gist.
Bro, I'm gonna tear this page.
Giggity.
I'm gonna tear this page out of my black book and fold it up and stick it in my back pants pocket.
Should I roll dexterity to see how well I drew, or
Yeah.
sleight of hand rather? 'Cause I think that's what we decided on, right?
Yeah, I rolled slate of hand.
Absolutely.
Oh, actually,
So,
it's not bad. That's
Great
16.
voice in this. Oh, go ahead, Brandon. My bad.
That's a 16.
Yeah, your pictures are a lot better than Frohl's. Like, there's some depth. You can tell where one body ends and the other begins.
I'm like, and this is where the petting starts, and just explain each one.
And as he explains each one, I'm just standing there with kind of a blank look on my face. And I'd say I'm not trying to be super obvious. I am trying to pay attention. But the only thing I can think about are those weird blue and white scales.
I shift into the girl.
Pearl's like,
Oh my god.
Like,
oh god. And I'm just gonna sit down in the chair and kind of start rocking back and forth.
I walk out in her form.
all right. Anybody want to do anything else?
I want to
Yeah.
scream to the captains to have the hookers come with so they have a place of residence. Maybe make money.
Oh, at our island?
Yeah.
It's just a lighthouse, right?
You guys had
it's a
turned it
small
into like
island.
a small trading post. I mean, you could let her know about it and say, hey, we got a
Okay.
trading
Yeah.
post, and if
That's-
you want to...
I grab the
And
thingy, and I'm like, "Hey, Peggy, I forgot to tell you, we got a little outpost. It's called
Vampire Cove.
Vampire
Yeah,
Cove.
Yeah, there it is. I had it.
Swing by anytime. We may not be there, but it's a little trading post. We're just getting started. Let your friends know." And that's pretty much where it probably cut off.
Okay. She says, all right, honey, if we're ever in the area, we'll stop by and check it out.
I'm like,
Talk to you later. We got business to attend to.
mission accomplished.
So
Tell
Monty,
Celine I'm not worthy.
Too late. Already put it away.
And
so
as these guys say this, I'm gonna call an emergency meeting with just Melkor. We say, Melkor, quarters now.
And this is just a sending stone, right, DM?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. And you said it was pink?
Yeah, that's the same room. They're identical stones.
Go ahead, guys. Sorry, I'm just making a note that I have it.
Oh, I was gonna let them do what they want to do, but I wanted to speak with you in the office afterward.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go grab a glass of rum and sip on it and realize I'm not worthy.
So
I would
worm.
say as we're
Mhm.
walking back to the ship, I probably passed that bucket to you, just so we don't have any that goes to waste.
I'm gonna take a sip out of it. I'm gonna take a gulp out of it.
Kind of roll perception first for me.
$17.
It's Froll's walking up to you with the bucket to hand it to you. He kind of sees you put your hand on your cheek where Celine had slapped you, and you kind of close your eyes and do this really deep breath, and you're then you look at him and take this bucket of rum from him, and you can do what you're gonna do.
Take a mouthful, pretty much.
Roll a Constitution.
Would that be 3?
I think that is 3.
Being a huge bucket, I've rolled a con save every single one just because
Yeah, they're pretty big drinks. out
You
of
don't have a
bucket.
choice but getting a big gulp.
17.
Yeah, I'd say you're on that. It just increases the simping on Celine. You're
I'm a
just
worthless worm.
they can yes. You're just repeating that to
Groveling
yourself.
to myself.
I'm a worthless worm. I'm a
I'm not
worthless
worthy of her
worm.
godliness.
so
Roll. Do you want to roll perception to see if you hear him saying this?
Yeah, sure. I'd imagine if they're on the deck, they're probably right outside the room that I'm in.
Well, you
That's,
just handed Broth that bucket of ale, so.
No,
or
I
rum.
was saying as we were coming back to the ship, I handed it to him, so he would have already had it.
Oh, I thought this was right
'Cause-
now. Like you guys had already been on the ship and said goodbye and stuff. And
Yeah, we did. I'm in the captain's quarters, and I was wanting to talk to Melkor. So I would say if I do hear him, it'd have to be like through the door.
okay, say disadvantage then. See if you hear him groveling about being a worthless worm.
That is You said perception.
Yes.
It's 11 and 2 for 13.
Can't quite make out what he's saying, but you hear him mumbling about something, kind of whimpering.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, it's kind of weird. Monteith seemed dissatisfied. Melkor fell asleep, and Broth's crying. Fro's like, maybe I'm really just not cut out for that life. Seems like all the stories I heard before, people were fairly happy, but I just feel awkward.
Real quick, Monteith. Having heard and seeing all this stuff that's going on and seeing how torn up over this girl that Broth is, and having just found out that, in fact, being slapped and spat on is most definitely nice when it comes from the right person. I'm going to go rushing to find Melkor. And then
Did
realize-
you see Melkor switch into the Dragonborn form?
Nope. I did it in the captain's quarters.
And roll perception with disadvantage to see if you can find him.
Cool. That's 13 plus 3 for 16.
Yeah, you can't find Melkor anywhere. Where the fuck did he go? I know he was here. You'd kind of say, oh, hey, Meredith, how are you? Have you seen Melkor?
Now that I haven't found him, I'm going to go wait for him where I think he would be, and that's below deck in the kitchen.
All right.
As he asks if I've seen myself, I'm just like, no, honey, I haven't seen him.
No, I haven't seen me at all.
And did we establish how Melkor knew my safe word?
No, we have not gotten there yet. Now that you've brought it up, would you like to let everyone know? I'm sure it's been a pressing question on their minds.
So I'm kind of just sitting there, and I'm down below deck, just really patiently waiting and thinking back to how Melkor would know my safe word, and just sitting there, especially because, Monteith's pretty inexperienced at this whole horizontal monster mash. I just think back to the lonely nights we spent at sea, and the one comfort we had was someone who could shapeshift, and all the experimentation that could have been done having seen Melkor around. One night Monteith decided to see exactly what Melkor was talking about, and if in fact Melkor was any good at what he was talking about.
All right.
But that still doesn't explain the safe word.
Nope,
Yes,
not
it
at all.
does.
It really didn't.
Long story short, I would like to say that Monteith has seeked for some pleasures of the skin from Melkor,
Melkor probably would have turned it down.
but he did seek, and I said what my safe word was multiple times, begging.
Yeah, so essentially, he came to seek. I turned him down after him begging, and I started to kind of play along for a minute, and I asked him what his safe word was, and he got super excited and told me, and I said, well, that's still a no, and then walked away.
You bitch.
Let him along and let him down.
Just fished him along.
All right.
I'd say
So,
at this point, I was yelling at Melkor after hearing him talk to that stone and what he said.
Yeah, what did you want to talk to Melkor about?
Is he coming into the quarters?
Did you holler for me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I would have come in.
I'm gonna shut the door behind you. I'm gonna say, what all did you tell those people?
Well, her and I had a wonderful conversation about Captain Storm. Right? Yeah, Captain Storm. And she used to be his lover.
Meredith was kind of asking me how we knew them and what they wanted with us, and was asking about broth. And did you have any kind of an intention that maybe they were bending their truth a little?
Can I roll an insight on what I remember to see if I thought she was trying to fish for information?
Yeah, go ahead.
Insight. I'm going to guide myself.
Only because now they know who we are and where we're going.
Not good. Insight's +3, 7 plus 10.
You didn't seem to think there was any ill intent with your conversation or the way Peggy was talking to you about things. It seemed true.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
Actual.
I don't know, man. She kind of broke down on me. I'm talking like Melkor, but still in her Meredith's form. So it's very weird. And I'm like, she kind of broke down and was crying about him, and I didn't really give her much information. I told her that we met them and they were kind of dicks to us, but I never actually got into what they were looking for or who he was. In fact, she didn't even ask about broth.
Well, I might have slipped on that. See, you called him, I think, Your Majesty,
Uh-huh.
and playing along, I called him Lord.
I'm going to be like, well, but they don't know.
Well, I seem to think that they know that we had a bounty.
Maybe we should talk to Broth too. Because he was alone with that other one, right?
Yeah. And I'm gonna go over to the door and I'm gonna open it. Say, Broth.
I'm going to shift into the drow.
Say,
Move.
Broth, somebody's in here that needs to speak to you.
Can I? I want to take
Roll
another
perception
swig.
to see if you hear him talking to you over your self-pity and groveling.
15.
Yeah, he manages to break through your kind of web of entanglement in your head.
Can I take? I want another drink out of that rum bucket.
You still have it, but you have to roll another con check.
15.
You're starting to get a little tipsy. You're feeling good. Kind of, it's making you simp even harder.
Yeah, and as that's happening, I'm going to step out with Froll and my drow form. And be like, what's taking so long?
Can I roll to recognize to see if he got the voice?
The voice is automatic.
Roll perception to see. Well, yeah, you would actually probably be wanting to hear that voice, so you'd perk up as soon as you heard it. And I'm not worthy. I'm a worthless worm. Start groveling at her feet.
I would too. I would run up and just lay down. I'm not worthy of your godliness.
And not knowing what's happening or what happened previously, I'm gonna look down at him groveling, like, get the fuck up, and kick him in the face.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna get up.
I'm like,
Well, now I'm even more confused because
Yeah, me
stand there
too.
like a lost puppy dog.
yeah, the way he's looking at me. Can I roll insight?
Yes.
I'm just confused because this part wasn't in my notes at all.
7.
You can't figure out why he's so obsessed, but you can see it in his eyes that he'd probably do anything you told him to do right now.
I'm gonna look over at Froll and be like, "Would you want me to ask him?"
What did he tell you?
You heard the
when
man.
You guys were alone.
Tell him what you told me.
I'm gonna look at her and be like, "You
Gonna give a detailed recap of probably the whole experience
Yep,
to please his mistress.
in full detail
I'm gonna say, did
to be a good
tell
boy."
her? Did you tell her where you came from?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'm gonna snap his head back towards me, like, "Are you telling the truth?"
Yes.
I pat his head.
Relax and get some joy out of it.
Says I'm a good noodle.
I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna whisper to Melkor. I'm gonna say, do that horse thing you told me not to do.
The what?
The horse thing.
Horse thing.
I think he wants you to ride Broth around like a horse on the deck of the ship.
I gotta roll for this. Hold on.
Like you can roll persuasion with advantage. You look like what he's infatuated with right
you know
now.
what?
Like,
You know what? I'm gonna roll.
There's no need.
persuasion.
I rolled a natural 1. I look over at Broth and I'm like, all 4s now.
I'm gonna say with your nat 1, your voice breaks, and he hears Melkor talking to him, saying all 4s now, instead of Celine, but you still look like her.
Can I roll to see if I notice that? Like
Yeah.
full on notice. What would you want? Perception?
I'd say, being in your current state of infatuation, you'd roll perception with disadvantage.
Fair enough. So that was a nat 20 and an 18. So 18 plus 5 for 23.
God damn.
Right?
Yeah, you hear Melkor's voice come out of Celine's mouth.
I cough after and get my voice back to normal. I'm like, you heard me. All 4s.
My heart breaks because I realize it's Melkor.
Can I roll perception to see if I see him falter? I feel like he would just turn into a broken man, like just instantly.
Yeah, just slump over like, why?
Yeah.
Including the drunkenness.
Yeah.
Froll, as he does this, I'm gonna walk up and smack Broth on the ass, and I'm gonna say, "Back to the deck, mate." Kinda ship is-
I'm a
Different.
worthless worm.
It was a different dice, and I still rolled a fucking natural 1 again.
Nice.
That's, yeah, I would think you don't really notice. You just kind of like.
And I'm
"Oh,
gonna
this
be like,
must be
I
part
told
of
you
it."
down, like down, like down. Oh, did we lose him?
No, I'm here.
Okay.
And I fall to the floor broken at the moment.
I look over at Froll. I'm like, I thought I said all 4s, not on the floor. Did I not enunciate?
I mean, both arms and legs are touching the ground.
Yeah, but that's not what I
Picturing
meant.
Broth like inchworming across the deck of the ship. I'm a worthless
This
worm.
worm.
And
I'm
be
not
like,
worthy.
I don't know what that woman did, but I think she knocked him stupid.
I'm sorry, mistress. I'm
They
sorry.
forgot how to walk.
I'm gonna turn it into Milk Arena. I'm like, well, I tried, but it sounds like he told her everything except for the place where he was from.
Well, at least that's one piece of the puzzle that we're looking for that it seems like they didn't get. Whether they were trying or not, it just kind of worries me that they know where we're going now.
What? I guess it's a question for Broth. When you were explaining what you told her, would you have mentioned to us about her knowing there was a bounty and not caring?
Yeah, I would have told you exactly.
Like, okay, cool. I'm gonna look over it for like, but it doesn't really sound like they care that much. If they know there's a bounty, you would think they would have drugged us or kept us on board. I mean, I was asleep on their ship. She had him chained up. They could have brought us aboard, locked us up easily. I don't think they're the enemy.
Yeah, but they also don't know how many people we left on the ship. They heard me yell back to Monteith.
Sorry, my phone was just giving me issues. I missed a whole lot.
Oh, no, you're good. We were just talking about you.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's a major alarm, but we should probably keep that stone close.
Would the explanation also say that she was trying to she offered to help, but I bitched out? And that's why I'm all worthless right now in that.
Would you have felt comfortable telling us that?
Well, considering I was under
He
the thing
thought
and
you
you
were
asked me.
so
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true. That's
so-
true. Okay.
He would have told you like the
Everything.
pleasing his lady recap, all the juicy details, the nipple electrocutions, everything you would have heard about.
So I'm gonna be like, she offered to help though. Who does that?
And the fact that she said
Yeah.
I had to wait again to even have a chance to
Help in what way, though?
try again.
I'm gonna be like, maybe I can try to get some more information over a few weeks. I don't want to push it, especially.
Yeah, give it some time to settle so we don't seem
Pushy.
What's the word I want to use here?
I'm a worthless worm.
Pressing?
Yeah, I want to make sure we don't scare them off because if they are an ally, they'd be one hell of an ally.
Well, and having those stones, if we can get them to work with us, then, we would always have connection back to our home base.
Well, not only that,
Wow.
but they could be a lookout for him to make sure he's
Yeah.
not on our trail.
Right.
I mean, obviously they're not going to be following us, but if they come across, they have a history. So they may still communicate.
Well, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I mean, but it could go both ways. They could either be an asset for us or
Right.
an asset to him. The way it sounds right now, they're just not interested in talking to him. So I think for now, I would count them as an ally. And if the mood shifts or if they start asking questions that make us uncomfortable, we can kind of shy away. Drop the stone in the ocean and just ride away.
Yeah, and all this being known, I say we book it to get back to our home base, just in case there is anything off about them. We should get there before they do.
And I guess that's a question for DM. Did we see which direction they were going?
You guys were already headed towards your base. I would say they probably came at you the direction you were going and sailed away from you the opposite direction.
And I'd assume that he saw that too. I'm like, well, they sailed away. Doesn't mean they can't loop around. They have a much faster ship than ours.
Yeah, being smaller, I would assume it travels quicker.
Yeah. And I have no way to send a message to let them know on the base. Let's just get there. I mean, the wind will carry us as fast as it can carry us. But I am drained of magic. I need a full night's sleep before I can do anything anyways.
DM, how far would you say we traveled double timing before we ran into these guys?
I'd say probably a third of the way back to your base, and since you've had your anchor up since they left, you guys have been chatting for a while. I'd say you're pretty close to base. You can probably see the tower on the horizon.
Yeah, I was going to try and keep going and get there tonight, and that way we can actually spend the evening sleeping on land.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm down for that.
It starts to get to dusk. You see Idiot standing on the pier. He's got a weapon in hand. He doesn't know what the boat that's coming is. He doesn't look aggressive, but he realizes it's you guys and kind of waves, ties your boat off, and lets you know what's been going on, what they have set up, how many they cleaned up the tower, got it nice and ready. It slowly, word is getting out to pirates that there's a trading post here that they can come and rest or trade off, get gear, things like that. And on that note, I'd let you guys take a long rest, and this is a pretty good spot to end off the session, unless there's anything else you guys want to do.
As we pull up, I was going to grab that barrel of just spare weapons and take that to the trading post to add to our inventory. And I wouldn't say that anybody or you would need to label exactly what's in it, just the fact that we are selling weapons at the trading post now.
It's Idiot would, I think, handle. And Cliff, I believe, is there with him, helping him out.
No, I thought it was fucking Idiot that were there. Because didn't Cliff die?
Fucking Idiot.
Yeah, and Cliff is toast. He's the one that came smashing through a ceiling.
No, that was Bob.
That was Bob.
Yeah.
Fucking Bob and Idiot were the soldiers, and then Cliff and Kedrick were the buddies, and Cliff took off after Kedrick died.
Yep. Also, if we're going to be selling stuff that we gathered on our adventures, we need to make sure we remove it from our inventory.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to have shitload in our inventory that we're not using. So
that's.
I'm
I
removing.
Just kind of like DM was saying earlier when he said, I'm assuming you just have a barrel that you're keeping all the cheaper weapons.
Right.
That you take.
Yeah, so you guys take out people who board your ship, or you board other ships and loot their stuff. I'm assuming you just kind of have little stockpiles of supplies on your ship, and anything extra that you wouldn't need for your voyage, Idiot and Buck would take off of there and distribute throughout the store and make sure your ship is stocked like their job is, and that's what they know they're supposed to do.
Sweet.
And I also wanted to put a word out with them that we were looking for scouts, people being maybe not high tier crews, but smaller crews to just kind of pick off little fishing vessels and whatnot, and we would pay them for inventory that they stock into the store.
All right, I'd say Idiot jots that down in his notebook, and he's kind of got turned into your peer merchant, has the little round glasses and the notebook that he writes all his stuff down in to keep track of your inventory. And he's, all right, Captain, I've got this written down. We're good. We'll get the word out. Anytime we have customers coming by, we'll let them know what we're trying to do here.
And with my thieves' cant, I'm gonna grab just a little piece of parchment paper and jot down a note. And without reading it, I'm pretty sure it explains that you write it in like a codex to where people that don't know thieves' cant can't read it, or it would take them a while to try and decipher it.
Yeah, it's basically a scramble of letters.
Yeah,
It's like an encryption.
It's like an underground thief network.
Yeah. It's its own
Right.
language, basically.
So I'm going to jot down this note saying that we are looking for how should I word this?
Cruise or
No, I'm going to say that we're looking for a farming village that has been forgotten. And if anybody knows any rumors or words on that, to leave a message here for me. And that's going to be kind of our first word out there looking for where this other artifact could be.
you guys heard the name of it before, didn't you?
Yeah, it was Nepris.
Sudbury.
Nepris.
No, Sudbury. Farm.
Sudbury was the farm.
Yeah.
Nepris is the
It's
fallen
Nepris
city.
that you're asking about.
Yes.
Nepris
Nepris
is the
is the one
underwater
looking for.
city.
Yeah,
Farming
Sudbury,
village is
we
where
know where
Broth
it
was
is.
raised.
Yeah, Sudbury, we know where it is. Nepris is the one that I'm looking for information on.
And
And
then-
you might put like reward 25 gold for information.
Okay.
And then while
I think.
he's doing that, I'm going to start writing down some of our adventures and turning them into songs before I head to bed for the night. And I'm gonna basically try to make some copies, give them to our merchants or whoever we have on the island, and pass them out and be like, hey, put these on boats, distribute them to the bards, kind of like almost like a save point, so people can start singing about these adventures. And obviously, it's going to cost a little bit of money because usually you have to pay bards to play your songs. So I'll leave like an extra.
Yeah, that
An extra
25
20 gold.
I'm going to put in a little leather pouch and tuck it in a shelf. Melkor, whatever you leave, I'd say you leave it in a separate pouch.
Yeah, I hand them 20 gold out of my own pocket. And be like, distribute this about 1 silver apiece to each of the bards to start spreading our songs.
And then that way we might run into an area at some point that actually knows of us.
Exactly.
And with that thieves' can, it kind of puts the word out to anyone that would come in contact at the trading post. So there's also the possibility of running into an underground organization that knows who we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sounds good.
And
like
Broth and Monteith, did you guys have anything to do tonight before we hit the hay and
No,
call it a
I'm
night
still
on the
just
stream?
waiting. I'm still just waiting patiently to see Melkor.
Yeah, Melkor never shifted back.
I kind of gather myself and kind of ask fuck where my room is and be like, I just need to go lay down.
Actually, there is. So I would say, Alex, I turned into Melkorina, who looks very similar to Melkor. So you might see her passing by. I guess it's up to you what you want to do with that.
Well, the only thing I'm gonna do is just not even with an obsession with Melkor anymore, because I feel like Monteith would have maybe caught the hint after a while. I'm gonna look directly at Melkorina and be like, "Can you spit on me and slap me in the face?"
Next time, we'll find out if I will spit on you and what?
Slap
Smack
me
him.
in the face.
Did I hear this?
What have I created?
Froll's gonna spit on him and
A
smack him,
monster.
and we'll pick back up next week.
I'm gonna keep you sitting on it.
All right.
I'm a worthless worm.
Thanks everyone for tuning in.
One thing before we sign off and say goodbyes. Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
to
Cha cha
you,
cha.
Happy birthday,
birthday
dear
to
Chris.
Christopher.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys.
Worm.
A worthless worm. I'm worthless.
With that,
Thank you guys.
as
Have
always,
you enjoyed your birthday episode?
I did. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
that's what fun.
Feeling.
It was. And I have turned into a worthless worm.
You have. So be kind to each other. Do something nice for someone tomorrow. Love each other, but most importantly, love yourselves. Have a good night. And fuck cancer.
Fuck
Fuck
cancer.
cancer.